Hey everybody, this is YOOforged. I want to talk a little bit about what this is, how it works, and what inspired me to create it. So first off, YOOforged is a AI schema generator, is how I would best describe it. It's built for YOOtheme Pro, which is a popular page builder for WordPress and Joomla. And how it works is you basically just prompt the AI on either a layout or a style. It will generate the JSON here, the JSON output, which you need for UTheme. And then you can go over to UTheme and go to Pages, Builder, Library, My Layouts, and you can actually upload the JSON, and then it will populate on the left here like any regular page would, just like it'd be like a pro layout from the actual UTheme pre-built pages. So this is really cool. I think it's great because unlike regular AI generation, which is difficult to update and work with, um, you're really restricted to just working with the AI. And if you build a page, you have to, AI custom codes it. You can only really use AI to keep making changes to that page. What I love about UTheme and UForge in general is just that how this works is that you'll get all the elements, the sections, the columns, the rows, and you'll be good to go. So let's actually go ahead, and what I've set up here is a staging website called Mythic Fitness. We're just going to generate a 4-page fictional gym website using UForged so I can show you how all this works. So let's go ahead and start. So we'll just say this is like a gym out of New York City. Let's just go with this for now. So what this is going to do, this is going to send the prompt. Um, and then once it receives that, it's going to force a certain schema structure to stay within UTheme's parameters. There's a lot of different things that go into this because, as you know, it's going to be difficult to get AI to generate JSON that perfectly adheres to the UTheme structure. But this should do that. And then what we'll do is we'll generate pages for all four. And then we'll go ahead and do the style after that. We'll do a couple different styles. Here we go. So you can see here, we have an Unsplash image in there. You can see it. It does take care of some copywriting as well. It's nothing crazy. We're just going to download that. Go over here, library, layouts, upload. Here we go. Take from this homepage. And out of the box, you'll have to make some changes. But what it does do is it does bring in a decent amount of sections to work with. I do like that it's pretty standardized. This is, the prompt was basic, so this is a rather basic layout, but it's workable. So you can go in afterwards and you can say, okay, well, we can't use this headline or this image as is. We have to darken it so that the text will pop and that it's accessible. And, you come down here and then you look at this grid and you say, okay, I don't like how this image isn't lined up with these images. So we can go ahead and just say, let's just force those. And then actually coming back up here, I noticed that this image wasn't loading eagerly and it's in the hero section, so it should load eagerly. And we can just go through and actually work with all of this now. And you might come over here and say, okay, I like the list, but I want the list to have checkboxes. And we can add all that to each of these. Um, but yeah, so this is it for the home page. We're just going to save this. and then we'll go over to the about page. And we'll give it some more context. We'll add some more context. See what we get out of this next. After that, we'll do the services and the contact. While this is generating, it should be ready. So what I've set for this is 2 minute timeout. So it can take up to 2 minutes to generate. Just want to give users the ability to actually receive the layout that they request. I know that sometimes you can choose different models and speed it up, or sometimes if the timeout is too short, you won't actually receive anything, which is really frustrating. So you don't want to run into that situation. Uh, but you come through here, you might look through and play with some of the settings. And I think we just got it. Okay, great. So we have a fair bit here. Let's just look through. Great. And the reason why it has these numbers appended is um, just so you don't rewrite older pages, which can be easy to do. So this is our about page. You can see this is our text here. We have a quote, an image, small 3-card grid, and we'll save this. Go over to the services page. Now, here's where it would probably be good to, you really want more context for this. The difficult thing about this is that like you you do need context. You can either put that context into the AI or you can fill it out afterwards. So I'm just going to tell it to generate the structure for a services page. Should have 4 different services, which are, say, personal training, monthly membership, yoga classes, and cardio classes. List instructors, pricing, and times. This might be too much, but we'll see. I don't think this is a particularly good prompt, and I probably could have worked on prompting a little bit prior to doing this, but that's okay. And then do a couple styles at the end to round it out. What I like about UForged is I think as time goes on and the models actually get better, this output's going to get a lot better as well. We're still using a pretty older AI model compared to some of the cutting edge releases. So it's only going to get better from here, I think. Here's our services page. It looks like we have a filter for a grid here. Definitely needs a little bit of cleanup, but it's something to work with. I think even if we were to like center this, probably look a lot better. Um, and then one thing I might do is I don't like how the sections are varied in width. It might actually all sections might be large width, so we might be fine there. But I tend to prefer just the default width, which is fine. Uh, so this needs a little bit more work for sure for the services, but we have a good start. And then we'll just do, just do a simple contact page. This probably isn't something you would need UForged for. As you know, there's the layout library, and I think contact pages in general are pretty straightforward. Any of these should really be sufficient for that. But let's just go ahead and generate and see what we get. This over to contact library layouts. Oops. All right, so not bad. This is workable for sure. Pulled in the map element, a basic form, which is interesting. It's actually an HTML form using UI kit. You might replace this with one of the popular form uh, builders, but yeah, overall pretty good. And now let's go ahead and do the style, which is one of the more fun parts. Generate I don't know what we'll get with this. I'm just curious. I wanted to switch it up a little bit. The style generator is actually really interesting. When I built UForged, it was primarily to do layouts, and I didn't even think about generating styles with it, but it actually came about um, as an idea. So we'll see here. To upload the style, you have to go to My Styles, upload style, click Forge, and let's see what we get. And if this looks a little bit familiar to you, you might be right because I believe what this does is it pulls from this one in particular. I think it used Neo4j as a base, and you can see how it kind of modified different things. Really trying to focus on the heavy hitters for the styles, just because when you go through this style component library, element library, you can see how there's just so many different things. And you don't, when creating the style, you know, I don't see any reason to upgrade things like progress or off canvas. Like these are things you do on a user by user basis or site by site basis, whatever you need. So the goal here is really just to uh, generate the base, which is primarily focused on, you can see some of the things here, like the global colors, global font families. There's some pretty cool settings there. It's pulling from some well-known style libraries and references, so you can come up with a few things here. Let's just do one more. Yeah, so we're just gonna really push it. I'm going to apply a tech agency color theme to this Mythic Fitness website. Trying to go for cutting edge. Want something a little bit better and cleaner. I think I can probably make some updates to this to pull in some of the better, trends. Here we have Nimbus Tech. Looks like it's based on Fuse, but this is good for our creativity side of things. But let's just take a look here. What do we have? Okay, so I actually like this. It looks pretty clean. Looks very clean overall. There's obviously some updates that need to happen once you get to this phase, but what it does is gives you a base. The cards look nice. The colors are pretty nice as well. But yeah, it's that's UForged. Just want to share that we are about 5 months in right now at the time of this video, um, basically building this from the ground up. And I think in 2026, we're going to see a lot of progress in terms of what this is capable of and how effective it is at building pages, tying it into longer prompts, giving it background context on your project or your website, going for image-based prompts. Right now, you can upload an image and try to parse that into a YOOtheme Pro layout. So there's a lot coming. I'm pretty dedicated to this and really interested to see where this goes. So thanks for watching. Be sure to find the website at yooforged.com. And if you have any questions, just reach out and email me. Thanks.